Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Wednesday here on ChronoSpeakeasy.com. I'm Paul, joined with Chandler.
Hello there.
How's it going, my friend?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing well. It was awesome seeing you back in my mom's kitchen. That was nice.
Yes, it was a great reunion.
It was. It was a good, fun reunion.
I got some flack from some personal friends for eating cupcakes because they saw the picture on the thumbnail. I'm supposed to be eating well, so that's why.
Oh.
They're like, oh, what's up with those cupcakes, Chandler? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yeah. It's accountability. It's important.
I see. Wow. I don't know why they're being so salty. Actually, no, it makes sense. No wonder you're eating sweets because your friend's so salty.
Oh, sick burn.
Yeah. No, I think it's funny. The last time we had a reunion episode, we did it in an actual comic book store. So naturally, the next appropriate step would be, my mom's kitchen.
Yes. We should do a poll for the next location.
Yeah. I love
Subway station.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. I got an idea for a comic book. You give me money. Yeah. Oh god. The next trade will arrive in. MBTA, your soul and time is ours.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's what hell is. It's just some random green line stop.
And then the train never comes.
but no, well, yeah, you're right. The train never comes, but you're always just full of that false hope. You're like, oh, next train coming in 1 minute. It's been 300 years. I don't know why.
It stalls all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why it sounded like Seinfeld for a second. Why won't the train just come?
Reality.
Yeah. Jerry Seinfeld is the avatar for the human race.
Yes.
We are
the master mold. The God's master mold.
We are Seinfeld.
Yes.
Hashtag. So yeah, a lot of cool things happened since we last spoke. I actually think the last time we talked, that was Super Bowl Sunday, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So, not a sports guy, really, but I always like Super Bowl because that means trailers. And even if they're 30-second trailers, you know that, there's going to be, a fuller, longer episode, online. It's almost like a commercial for the full trailer. Mm-hmm. Which I'll take.
Yeah. Better than nothing.
Yeah. I think the one that kind of really sticks out in my mind the most, I think it's got to be Solo. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the Solo movie. I think, I don't know, that was a good trailer. I think, you know what it is? I like the cast. I think, Donald Glover as Lando, I think is going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the highlight.
Yeah. I think they should just made a Lando movie.
Well, I don't know. I think it's better with the ensemble. It's hard, together, yes, but separately, I don't think they'd be able to carry their own movies. So I think it's kind of cool to have a mini ensemble.
Yeah, maybe it's like Lethal Weapon if it was only just Danny Glover. Yeah. Wait a minute,
Family Man.
Danny Glover, Donald Glover.
Uh-oh. He's being reincarnated.
There's some Illuminati shit happening right now.
Doctor Who reincarnation thing.
Oh man. But yeah, I guess I think the thing that concerns me is I'm not too keen on the actor who's playing Han Solo.
Okay.
It's not that I don't think he's a good actor, though. Apparently, the reports of him not doing that there were some complications with his performance. But not that I don't think he's a bad actor. It's just I just don't. How do you do a young Harrison Ford and do a young Harrison Ford right, I guess, is sort of where my concern is. Everything looks good. I'm totally down for a movie about, it looks like it's Han Solo trying to join the intergalactic, I don't know, training group and meeting Chewbacca and all that. All that works for me. It's just, I just don't know about, was it Eldon Ehrenreich?
Ehrenreich?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he definitely probably should have been a little bit more careful with selecting the lead, because Star Wars is such a huge fandom. You want to do the characters justice, and you want to be accurate and believable. And if the if your lead is not like kind of acting like a beloved character, I think that is like cause for alarm.
Well, you know what? I think I've always said that, like, I don't care how somebody looks; it's about their performance. Like, and I've always said that about, when it came down to comic book movies, like, when people were upset about, Michael B. Jordan playing Human Torch, like, I don't care as long as the performance is good. But when you're playing a character that's already so well established and is like a pop culture icon, like, it's not like, we're doing, I can't think of a good example, but Star Wars and Han Solo, I mean, that's just, it's so huge in my mind that, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like getting me to play like a young Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, it's like no matter how good of an actor you are, you don't look like Harrison Ford. And I know that must sound, obnoxious, but I've said it. You know what? This is one of those times where, like, you almost wish somehow Harrison Ford could play the younger self. Like, you know how when they, like, they make Robert Downey Jr. look younger in Civil War?
Oh, God. That was so creepy. It looks good.
Yeah, it can either look really good or really bad. Because did you see the latest Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
No.
Because they do a younger Johnny Depp.
How's that going?
Oh, it's not good.
Okay.
It's bad when fucking zombie pirates look more realistic than a younger living being.
Shit. All right, then.
It just, like, I mean, it, like, propelled me out of the movie. Like, I mean, like, it's like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ejection seat.
I mean, the first one still was going to be the best, and I don't know how this franchise has lasted as long as it did. But, Andrew and I were watching it, and when it came to a flashback, we were just like, oh, wow.
Jeez.
It was like, was this like a freshman CGI project? Like,
did they do it last after the budget ran out?
I don't know, dude. I just either would have cut this. You know what I used to miss about movies before they did flashbacks was like when they would just tell the story and you didn't have to actually cut to it. Like, using Star Wars, like in A New Hope, when Obi-Wan tells Luke about, oh, yes, your father was an excellent fighter, a great Jedi, a great pilot, and a good friend. Like, it didn't cut to, like,
Yeah. But then you run the risk of being too, like, expository with your dialogue, and that kind of, like, bogs the movie down. So you have to, like, do something.
Well, not that CGI, because Jesus Christ, that was, like, ugh. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping I'm wrong with this guy as Han Solo, but we'll see. But I mean, apart from that, I mean, you got a pretty good cast. You've got like Woody Harrelson, Paul Bettany,
Emilia Clarke.
Yeah. Oh man, Emilia Clarke.
I mean, visually it looks great. I mean, also I think it's kind of weird that like they're doing a young Han Solo when Han Solo is pretty young to begin with.
Right, it's like, how much younger is he? And then I feel like if you're, I don't know, it's like, how did he go from looking like this guy to Harrison Ford, Like, was it all the light speed? It just rearranged his facial structure? Like,
witness protection, plastic surgery.
That would be hilarious. It's actually some weird bet that Han lost. I was like, yeah, he won the Millennium Falcon off Lando, but... Yeah, do some plastic surgery for it. I saw Entertainment Weekly release a pretty cool picture of the interior of the Millennium Falcon.
Ooh.
And it's squeaky clean.
Ooh.
Like, it looks new, which I think is kind of...
car smell.
Yeah. Yes. So I thought that was kind of cool that, Han Solo's just like a slob, apparently. Because, like, it's, like, pristine. So,
I like Chewie. Chewie's like really thin, which is like funny.
Yeah,
like Svelte Chewbacca.
Right? Like, yeah, he had put on some weight over the years.
It's believable. Had some realism.
Yeah, I mean, well, what is he, like 400 years old? His metabolism is bound to slow down at some point. Yeah, and I think my only
Dad Baca.
Yeah,
Dad Bod Baca.
His little hairy beer belly. My only problem with Emilia Clarke being in Star Wars is that I'm not going to see her in any other Star Wars movies.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah, I like her a lot. I mean, I think she's talented, and not too bad on the ice. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen her in like a new trilogy. But oh, hey, speaking of Emilia Clarke in Star Wars, how about that crazy news about the creator of the Game of Thrones guys doing a Star Wars trilogy?
Yeah, I heard about that from one of my coworkers. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't. They don't seem to me. They don't scream sci-fi writer. They seem like fantasy drama. But I mean, I've been surprised in the past. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm open-minded.
Well, I think at this point we can trust them to honor source material and then kind of create their own thing with Game of Thrones because they've surpassed the George R. R. Martin books. So they might go and I feel like they would at least kind of get the feel of what Star Wars is and then just sort of do their own thing. Just provided there's no color-themed weddings that we got to worry about.
No more weddings.
Yeah.
Do you know if they were like tapped to do it or if they like wanted to do it?
That I don't know. I just know that they're attached. Either way, though, I mean, I'm curious. And I'm also curious about what the timetable would be, because aren't they still doing that other series about if America had lost the Civil War? Or I'm sorry, if the North
I don't know about that. That seemed to get kind of swept under the rug. I don't know if they're like...
I know. I don't know if like HBO's like, you know what, it's just not worth the hassle. I mean, we already have dragon activists on us, and we just can't afford it.
Warg rights.
Yeah. Oh, seriously. Yeah, and yeah. The wildlings, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. You can't use the W word.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? I can send some Hollywood executive. Jesus Christ! Everybody's got to have a moment. Oh, Christ's sake! Still political.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see a politically correct Game of Thrones.
That would be hilarious. Only we can say wildlings. We're trying to take the word back.
My God. I don't like the term warg as transmental.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. 1-1 does not represent all of us. 1-1 is not one. Yeah.
But 1-1 is also one.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, they just portray us as big and mindless and stupid. We are not one. We are many. Oh, God. I kind of want to see that now. I'm thinking about it.
It's like material.
Yeah. You're welcome, Game of Thrones dudes. To be hilarious. I always thought that one of the spin-offs they should do for Game of Thrones have present day
that'd be dope.
Like King's Landing. I almost called it Middle Earth. What do they call their... I know there's King's Landing, but there's
the region Westeros?
Westeros, yeah, modern day Westeros. Can you imagine something like Friends but in modern day Westeros? And then it's yeah. Can I be any more wild?
Oh my God.
just trying to find love and success. It's oh man, the royal bank is on me. Yeah. And there's and then one of the guys can be Ross, but he works in a museum. Oh guys, I've been working on this dragon glass that was used in the great war.
Oh my God, please. Or whoever's out there who has means, please do it.
Or just sort of maybe the story recycles where man, I mean, I get Civil War happened, but the whole White Walkers thing, come on, there's White Walker deniers and
yeah, get over it already.
Yeah, oh my God, buy a sweater and get over it.
Change your profile picture.
Yeah. I like Domino's chewing on. Hey. What you doing?
Hi, Domino. No, you can't hear me, but hello.
Hold on. I'm going to investigate. What you chewing on? Oh, you're chewing on shoelaces. Oh, that is a great use of your time. What about that book you were going to write?
How's that book coming along, huh?
Yeah. Chewing on shoelaces. I love it because she had it between her her paws. She's I ain't doing nothing. I'm I know you're doing something.
You ain't slick.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think maybe like a Sex in the City, but in Westeros.
Oh, that could. I don't know what they even look like. Oh my God.
Yeah. Or yeah.
The amount of female violence in that series, I don't even want to know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think but if it's modern day Westeros, just Westeros has the internet and computers and cars and and just do how the political climate has changed so much. Maybe they can have a democracy, or I got an idea. What if Jaime Lannister, right, gets frozen in ice? And then he's thawed out, and we can make it like Encino Man, or
there's Cap.
Yeah, Captain America. Yeah, yeah. Oh, even better, they thaw him out, and there's a Westeros Avengers.
Oh, that's good.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
It's got splice it in there.
That would be amazing. Yeah, I don't know.
Back to trailers.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to another episode of Tangents, where we can't keep anything straight. But yeah, otherwise, I think back to the Han Solo trailer. And what you had said, I totally agree that it visually looks amazing. I have no qualms about that, and it's Ron Howard taking over, and I think Ron Howard does well with kind of staying on point, working with producers. I don't know. I think he could deliver. I guess I was gonna say that he's worked with Lucas before, but technically, just Disney running the show because Lucas produced Willow, which is directed by Ron Howard. So okay. This has no point to what I'm saying.
How involved is George Lucas in these new movies?
I don't even know. He just sounds like a grump who's like, well, that's not how I would have done it. And everyone's like, shut up, George.
Okay. Makes sense.
Nobody cares. You had 4 times to get it right.
Right.
So I don't know.
So yeah. Oh, quick question. So there's apparently Rian Johnson's doing this trilogy, and there's gonna be the D&D one after this.
Apparently,
or is kind of concurrently.
We're gonna have Star Wars Star Wars trilogies until the end of time.
All right.
Although the thing is I don't know how many times we can be fighting the dark side. I know the light and dark, it's always gonna be there, but as far as shit getting repetitive,
yeah.
That's the beauty of Star Trek because they're always finding new worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So
new problems.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I don't know, but I think seeing Han Solo going solo or not, I don't know.
I'll still watch it.
Oh yeah, there's no question. But I think if anything, it piqued my interest. So, but I'm cautiously optimistic, I will say, about Solo.
Agreed.
Yeah. And of course, we also had a new Infinity War trailer, which at this point, I know people love trailers, and I totally get it. But I feel like at this point, it's everybody's gonna see it.
Yeah.
A part of me, as much as I fucking love trailers, a part of me just doesn't want to see any more Infinity War trailers because, as soon as tickets go on sale, I'm buying them. There's no question of me,
Yeah, I just don't want any more spoilers. I just want to just be immersed
there's that one
immediately.
Bit where, you know what I hate when you see a number of trailers and you start to put pieces together. Mm-hmm. In the first trailer, there's Peter Parker on the bus, and he sees that giant fucking hula hoop in the sky. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, he's wearing the Iron Spider suit on top of the hula hoop. And then in the Super Bowl trailer, you see him on the hula hoop, and it's going into space. Mm-hmm. And he's taking off his mask, and he's like, "Oh shit!
I'm in space."
Yeah. Oh, Doc, it's getting heavy. And so I take it that that's how maybe Peter meets up with Tony. Mm-hmm. Because there's that one shot you see Doctor Strange and Wong and Tony and Peter, and I'm thinking maybe that's how they meet up. And then there's this whole bit where they look like they're on some alien planet, and Peter's on the ground looking hurt, and Tony's like, "Oh man, you're hurt, and I did this to you." And so
no.
That's what I hate when I start putting it together, and then when I'm right, it's not that I'm fucking the cinematic Sherlock Holmes, but I feel like it's not a stretch to see how certain things fall into place. And then when you see it, it's I just would have liked to have just have the story tell itself and let it be that.
Oh, for sure. I understand why they do these things. It's you don't want to give away too much of the movie, but you also want to show enough to get people interested. But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like for Avengers, like the fan base is big enough that you don't have to like do things like that. You can just be like, there's like a black screen, just text Avengers Infinity War coming in like this month, and everyone's gonna go run to it anyway.
I think if they maybe should have some sort of a rule for advertising where, okay, since you showed Spider-Man on a hula hoop, you either have the same scene again in a trailer, or you just don't go back to it. Like, don't show it in New York and then show it in space. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, there's only, I don't know. I maybe kind of allocate how many times you are using like certain plot threads, or I mean, having different shots of people standing, looking concerned in different locations, sure, you know, or different spaces, or certain, you know, battles, but because, you know, I mean, because I feel like thus far, you know, that I feel like Black Panther is going to show that Wakanda has the Soul Gem, which is how he's able to communicate to previous Wakandan kings. And then Thanos is going to come to Wakanda to get it, and that's why, you know, Black Panther's like, I'm all defenses, you know, and you know, and then everyone's rushing out like fucking Lord of the Rings Return of the King style. Which, I will say, there's pretty powerful imagery of like the Hulk and Falcon and War Machine and bearded Nomad Cap and Blonde Widow and, you know, Black Panther, and, you know, it's exciting.
Black everybody.
I would have loved to have seen, like, if someone did a mashup, like you see, like, just that bit of, like, Aragorn before he charges to the gates of Mount Doom, or Mordor, and he goes, for Frodo. And then when he goes to turn, then it cuts to, like, Cap, you know? Like,
yes.
like
side by side.
Oh my god, I would fucking love that. Like, you see, like, Merry and Pippin, like, running along, like, next to the Hulk. Yeah. Cut back to, like, I don't know, like that, because it's all like that kind of like orangey red tint. You could have that bit of like Tony and Peter, and then Frodo and Sam, like, just like, oh god. See, I would do those kind of things, but I'm just too lazy to like edit like a mashup trailer. Like,
you should still do it.
Lord of the Infinity Gems. Sauron and Thanos come together.
War of the Rings Infinity.
Yeah. ×2. Yeah. One is just a big red eye. One is a big purple guy. Together, they are The Odd Couple, coming to ADC this fall. Wacky roommates. One lives in a volcano.
It's so crazy it just might work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like trailers, back on topic, should give enough footage to like so you can speculate and generate buzz, but not enough for your like piecing together the plot.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. And I'm very, and that's something that I couldn't do with the Venom trailer. But also I couldn't get excited by the Venom trailer, so maybe I just wasn't even excited enough to even try to think about it.
So was it even like an official trailer, or was it just kind of like a teaser?
I don't know what it was.
Or both. I don't know.
It's just, I don't know. I mean, it's just, I think it's a waste of Tom Hardy's talents. I just kind of wonder, does he know what he signed up for? Because remember when he was very briefly on Suicide Squad, and then he like dropped out of it?
Oh my god, he was totally on Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and I feel like this is sort of like...
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't that Jai Courtney?
No, he was in it.
Looks like him.
He was in
really?
it, but yeah, Tom Hardy was attached, because I remember they were like, oh, Tom Hardy's coming back to the DC Universe, but not the way you expected. And then someone warned him, and I think he made Mad Max instead or whatever, but... Oh,
and they got Jai Courtney, who kind of looks like him, so I couldn't even...
Right. So, but yeah, it's just... You know, and it's sad, because I know Tom Hardy, just based on the trailer, he's doing his best with it. I like he's like kind of walking with the limp, and he's just... I love how it's set in San Francisco, and Eddie Brock is from San Francisco, but yet Eddie Brock kind of has that New York swag, and almost like that talk, like like
he was sounding very New York.
Like
everybody's got that thing.
Everybody's got problems.
And like everybody's got that thing, and I have this one thing, and you have that one thing, but
yeah,
I have
I know.
this like big thing.
Like, yeah, you know. Or maybe he was from San Francisco or was born there. He moved to New York. These didn't work out, so he came back. And I love how they have, what was it, Michelle Williams there as the concerned girlfriend.
Yeah, with that weird hairdo wig thing.
Christ. You know what? Like, of all of the money that they pump into these movies, nobody can get a good goddamn wig. Like, I didn't like Black Widow's wig until Civil War. Come
Yeah, her hair
on.
was problematic.
It shouldn't take that. That's probably why they were like, fuck it, Scarlett, just let your hair down, you'll be blonde, and just fuck. We give up.
Just come into work. It's fine, as you are.
Also, it's like, you can't give her a few more dollars just to dye her hair, because blondes can make a good redhead, and redheads can make good blondes, because, you know, like, you see that in Hollywood a lot, where, you know, blondes playing a redhead and vice versa. Emma Stone being a great example, because she's a natural blonde, but she makes a great redhead. The point is, let's just stop with the wigs.
Yeah.
Because they nasty and they don't look good.
Unless, like, you're a drag queen and they look amazing.
Well, right. But oh my god, Black Widow.
Solution: hire a drag queen to replace Michelle Williams.
Just have like, oh my god, could you just imagine having a drag queen as like Black Widow?
I would love that very much.
Bob the drag queen as Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Purse first. That'd be great. I would support that. And shit, that would be an awesome movie, though. Just a bunch of drag queen superheroes.
I'm sure they're thinking about it already.
It should totally be a thing. I would go fund that movie. Of, you know, $10. This is all I can afford.
All of $10.
They're lucky to get that, man, because I'm like, if this dinner's costing $10, my stomach ain't worth it. But yeah, no, I was like...
It was just very underwhelming. Like, it didn't really do anything, like, interesting. It was just kind of like, I'm a brooding guy, and, like, something happens to me, and it was just very kind of vague and very, like, piecemeal and choppy for, like, the footage.
And it just felt like it's, like, sort of like X-Files. Like you see there's, like, that canister with the venom in it, you know, and Tom Hardy running through the woods, and then there's a bit with all the computers. Like, there's, like, a whole, like Moses parting the Red Sea, but it's of, like, computer monitors.
Yeah.
And then there's one where he's on a fucking moped, and then that happens with the cars. Is like, does he have, like, psychokinetic powers, too?
They're probably going to try to go with that just for special effects, you know, I guess. I don't know.
I just think, I like Venom, and I think aesthetically, he's great. But I just,
unlike Mark, who hates Venom.
I mean, well, I don't know. I feel like for me, and this is just speaking of, you know, my own comic book experiences, it's hard to not like Venom growing up in the 90s reading Spider-Man comics. Because when you're a kid, you don't know any better.
Yeah.
Like,
he's just like this cool looking guy.
Although granted, Spider-Man issue 300, I think is still a pretty solid issue. That, what was it, that Guardian Protector comic? Woof.
Yeah.
That's bad news. But
you read it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Talking. Yeah.
Oh, Christ. But I feel like, I don't know, I still stand by the idea that you can make any story great. You just have to find the magic formula for that character. So, is it possible that a Venom movie could be good? I think so. I don't think this will be it. I think that Venom should be one of those characters that should be introduced. Like, I think they should done Venom like they do with the other, like, superhero movies. Like, you know, a great example, Black Panther. Like, having him being introduced into a pre-established universe and then getting his own thing. I mean, but granted, you could have not introduced Black Panther in a Civil War, and you could still have a fantastic Black Panther movie. I'm not saying, you know, one is equal to the other, but I think
helps.
Yeah, but I think having Venom coming in and then maybe doing his own thing, I don't know. But I would much rather have Venom in a Spider-Man movie than a Venom movie. And also, I get worried when it's Sony, because they just can't do anything right. I'm sorry. And you would think that they would learn from working with Marvel that, you know, this would be a perfect relationship to have. And the other red flag for me was just when we panned out and it was just like, it just looked like two pools of cum, and it was just like the Venom eyes, you know?
Semen eyes.
Yeah. Semen eyes. Semen eyes. Giving me though. Okay, anyway. But you know what I mean though? It's and then you see the V, and it's like the font out of the comic book, and I don't like when things are too on the nose as far as where they come from. But that's my personal take.
So Marvel Studios doesn't have any involvement with this film, unlike Homecoming?
Yeah, none. Because what Sony's trying to do, and God help us all, that they want to sort of do like a Spider-Man cinematic universe.
But weren't they satisfied with Homecoming?
They were, but I feel like even though there are shit tons of money to be made, it's like, well, yeah, but we can have more money if it's just Sony and not Sony and Marvel.
Oh God.
It's like, well, why make $20 when we can make 40? And that's a really dumbed down example because I'm not good with math. But that's I feel like that's sort of where they're at. So and I think that's how they're able to kind of get away with the Miles Morales Spider-Man movie. So, but then again, I don't know if that's gonna tie to Tom Holland. Like, I know it's animated, but it's different dimensions. Maybe that's how that dimension. I don't know. It's confusing to say the least.
And is this one Marvel Studios co-produced or just Sony?
The
Miles Morales.
I think that's just Sony.
Okay.
It's
right,
like it has the Marvel tag on it, but it's not Marvel Studios. So
okay.
I don't know, which is a bummer because hearing Donald Glover mentioning about how he's got a cousin who lives was it his cousin or nephew who lives in the neighborhood. It's like, I would love to see a Miles movie, especially with that fucking costume, because I think that might be just an insanely fucking badass costume for a movie, But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, and again, it's one of those things where I want it to be good. I really do. But I don't know. We'll see. But as far as trailers go, not the best. I will say that I think the first place for best trailers for 2018 thus far, or this week, is fucking Deadpool 2. That was a great trailer. First of all, opening with Cable was amazing. I think Thanos is going to be a good Cable. Mm-hmm. He just looks... He looks the part. Although it's
really great range.
Yeah. It is a little jarring, though, when you hear, Josh Brolin speaking in the beginning, but I totally think Thanos. Mm-hmm. And then it's not, but whatever, who gives a fuck? Because he looks amazing as Cable, and I loved the green arm and, Ryan Reynolds being like, what the fuck is this? And I love, wait a minute, what are we trying to do? Get rid of a mustache? Or that was a nice little dig to the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
And I love the meta trailers, when it cuts to him in his little cardboard city, and he has the action figures fighting each other. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the metal arm looks pretty amazing. Everything looks amazing about that movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be lots of fun. The first Deadpool was amazing. I trust them with the second, and yeah, we're excited to see more of the new characters and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who was super cool in the first one.
I love her.
I have no worries about this movie at all.
Yeah, well, I just like that they're sort of kind of universe building in all the right ways because, Cable and Deadpool, they didn't Deadpool first appear in an X-Force comic where he was trying to kill Cable. So it just sort of all sort of makes sense. So I think having, him in it.
And they had a comic for a while as well.
Yeah. But I like that you have, first of all, I love anything that Terry Crews is involved in because I love Terry Crews. They haven't announced who he's playing. I don't give a shit because it's Terry Crews and I love him.
Who's the original character, personally?
Oh my God. I think it should be Terry Crews as himself.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I would. Who gives a shit? It's Terry Crews. And I love, and I'm so sorry if I'm butchering this girl's name. For those who don't know, I am very, very white. Zazie Beetz?
Sounds right.
Well, she's playing Domino.
Not the dog.
That's right, just like you. And she looks hot. I'm just gonna say it.
She's hot. No.
Okay, first of all, that first image of her lying on Deadpool, the fireplace. Oh man, so good. So good.
She purred.
Yeah, and I love how, in the comics she was ghost white with the dark, kind of thing over her eye, and I like how it's white.
Yeah, inverted.
Yeah, hey, why not? But I love the fro, and I love seeing her kicking ass, thought that was great. Yeah, but just Cable, oh man, that was what sold me. I like how they brought back Dopender, the taxi driver.
That poor boy.
Colossus is back in it.
Yay!
Which I I don't know. I almost, not almost, I totally want to see a Deadpool Colossus movie.
Mm-hmm. I also want to see like the Deadpool universe's take on like other X-Men, because like this Colossus is very like do-goody and like kind of annoying but endearing in the same time. Like,
I think it honestly. I think it's the granted we haven't had a lot of on-screen Colossus, but I think I love their interpretation of Colossus.
yeah.
I love how fucking huge he is. One, and I love.
He's not as shiny as the other ones.
I never liked shiny Colossus. I like that he's a little, not dirty, but just like realistic. As far as walking metal people go.
Right.
But I do like the Russian accent. They go, breakfast, most important meal of the day. Like, I love it. I love it. He's eating cereal, and he's got the spoon, and he's like, it looks so tiny. I love it. Like, I love it. And I kind of wish we could see other X-Men through that lens.
Yeah.
But
probably a bunch of like do-goody tissues.
Or not even that. I mean, I would like to see that Colossus next to the James McAvoy Xavier.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I'm glad they brought back Deadpool's girlfriend Vanessa there, played by Marina Baccarin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like the consistency. I also like the idea of I don't know why I can't fucking say Deadpool. I almost said Daypool. Daypool.
Me said Daypool. Daylight come on me.
Cable come and we want the sequel. Day.
We said it. We said it. We said.
Oh God. Yeah. All of that.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, and but one of us is black, so it's only half bad.
Yes. Black seal of approval.
But yeah, I think Deadpool just looks rockin'. And yeah, I can't wait. May 18th. I'm kind of bummed it's not another Valentine's Day release.
But it's a day after my birthday.
Woo! That's pretty awesome. But we do get Black Panther next week, so
just in time for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, I am so pumped for Black Panther.
Me too.
I mean, I'm wearing my Black Panther t-shirt. I got my Black Panther, action figures of varying sizes.
Ooh.
I downloaded the soundtrack.
Nice.
And it's really good.
Doo-doo.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring like a Black Panther cup and a koozie.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. No, it's gonna be great. I remember seeing someone on Facebook being like, "Well, I'm white. Can I wear a Black Panther T-shirt?" I'm like,
"Yes, you can."
I don't understand the question.
Where to?
I mean, first of all, I feel like I can't knock somebody for asking that because it's better to ask than
assume.
Well, I mean, I think. Hey, no, sorry, that's mommy's shoe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, girl, don't you do it. All right, good girl. But yeah, Black Panther. Oh yeah, I mean, I get, nobody wants to come off racist, or accidental racist, but I feel like Black Panther, that's a character that everybody can.
Yeah,
love.
He's a superhero.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's not like a negative stereotype or anything.
Yes. And I hate that there are people who are already kind of upset about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad, because for me, this is the time of celebration for a movie like Black Panther. And I know some say, well, we had Blade, but this is very different from Blade.
More than a decade ago.
Yeah. And I think Angela said it best. And, unfortunately, she's not here to say it herself, and I'm just going to paraphrase. That Blade was about a black man in a white man's world, whereas Black Panther is very, African. And that it's a community of black people. Think about it. I mean, the cast is, black except for two Tolkien white dudes. So, I think that's the difference.
I mean, the African American experience is different from the African experience, and both deserve to be represented. So
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
see why that would be a problem.
Yeah. No, but I have been waiting a long time for this movie. So it's a celebration, I think, because of that representation, but also to represent that I was right and I said this movie was going to happen.
Yay!
Not stealing,
validation.
Not to steal anybody's thunder. I'm just saying, I knew there would be.
But yoink.
Yeah. No, because as a white person, I'll be honest, I get a little bored of seeing white characters. I know, shocking. But I think just given the characters that are out there, like I want to see more of Storm, and I already can't wait for Black Panther sequels. So
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it on, man. Do more. I would love to see them but if they ever did an all-female Avengers movie,
I'd be all over that, personally.
hell yeah. You got Valkyrie, Black Widow, Gamora, and, Pepper Potts can be the chick in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would be fucking so cool.
Yeah, I think, this movie, definitely opens up the doors for that. As you can see, the pre-sale, was amazing. There's a lot of hype and buzz around it. And, once, the executives see, oh, my God, people, will pay lots of money for diverse stuff. We should do more diverse stuff. And it just kind of self-perpetuates after that. So that's why that's, the main reason why I'm so excited for this movie is because it just, opens the floodgates for, more possibilities.
Yeah, seriously. I would love to see, Monica Rambeau, the other Captain Marvel. Love to see her get in there. And I would love to see, what was that comic book where it was... And pardon how I'm going to say this, and I say this with all respect, but it was like Black Avengers, but it was with Sam Wilson, Luke Cage, the White Tiger. Do you know the comic?
Oh, that was Mighty Avengers by Al Ewing, which is a really great run. Yeah, it got kind of weird towards the end, but it was still really cool.
But I think you could totally do a Mighty Avengers movie. I think I'd be in the front row to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I hate being in the front row, but I'd be the first in line to purchase a ticket in the middle, so I can see the whole picture.
Great.
Yeah,
it's good enough for me.
Right. So yeah, you're right, and I hope that is the outcome. That Hollywood's finally Wonder Woman did well, and Black Panther's doing well. Maybe white people aren't the only ones who can carry a movie.
Revolutionary.
I know. Yeah, and I love that it's, Black Panther is a positive character. This isn't somebody, who he's not a stereotype, so to speak, as far as how other African Americans have been treated in American cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I think just the fact that he's a king, royalty from a highly advanced African nation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so excited because it's new and it's long overdue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's different. It hasn't been done before. So
yeah. 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 I am so excited, and I hope all the haters are gonna get a nice warm bowl of shut the hell up. Yeah.
Eat it.
Eat it. Just eat it.
Eat it.
Yeah, and I'm sure, that there's gonna be those same punks, like the Minimus, the ones who were boycotting Star Wars because there was a female lead. I'm sure there's a bunch of knuckleheads who are gonna protest this.
There's that a plan to negatively rate Black Panther on Rotten Tomatoes. There's this.
It's why? And also, what makes me sad, if this is I don't know if this is true, but I remember hearing the report about that, was that some of that was manipulated or attempted to be manipulated by DC fans who were upset about the Marvel success. First of all, I love DC Comics, and as I've said many times on the podcast, I think right now my choice is DC over Marvel as far as the storytelling that DC is doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like as a comic book fan, don't... if you hurt one movie, you're not hurting Marvel. You're hurting everybody. That's not just a Marvel versus DC thing. We're all in the same boat. So I feel like you just don't be a fucking asshole. You know, I mean, it's like I don't like the DC movies, but every time a DC movie was coming out, I still wanted it to be good. Like, I wanted it to make money. You know, I wanted to have a good time. I'm not excited to bash these movies. You know, the reason why I bash them is because I'm so fucking disappointed because I know what the potential can be. Mm-hmm. So I think to be upset and then try to get negative reviews for Black Panther. First of all, I mean, like I said, you're hurting everybody with that. But also, we need Black Panther, not just on, like, a comic book level, but, like, on a cultural level. Like, we need this movie to be successful. Agreed. So don't be, you know, don't be the supervillain in this. You know, like, just think of what, like, okay. Real talk. You think Superman would want you to pull that kind of shit?
Nope. Not even Cap.
No. So let's just try to think like the people or the characters that we love and admire. That being said, characters we love and admire. You reading anything good this week?
Yeah. I actually started reading the Unworthy Thor.
So good.
Yeah, really good. I didn't realize at first it was like a companion series to the Jane Foster Thor that I've been reading for this whole time. So I'm a little late to the game, but I'm enjoying it. It's really cool. The art's, I mean, Olivier Coipel's art is awesome. One thing is, I think like he has like a different colorist, or I don't know if he usually colors his own stuff, but I kind of like the new colorist because it's a little more muted and a little more like flat. Because like I think Coipel's art is usually like very like vibrant and glossy and clean, so it's kind of nice to get a little more like grit on it, and it looks really good.
You should see. He's actually currently doing DC variant covers.
Ooh.
And since you like dark and gritty, he's doing that for Batman by Tom King. So I think you would dig if you get a chance. Google that because the art's great, and yeah, and it's definitely a different color palette. I think you'll appreciate.
Cool, thank you. What am I reading? Working through the more recent Black Panther volume by Ta-Nehisi Coates, obviously. Sorry. It's called the Volume 4 Avengers of the New World, Part 1. It takes a bit of a distraction from like the original story, which was Black Panther trying to quash like a civil war and like a coup. And now it's kind of being a little bit more external. They're having like interdimensional invaders, and now they're trying to like stop them. It's just like a different like change of pace, which is I appreciate, but I think compared to like the first run, it was like a little bit more like philosophical, but now this is a little bit more like standard heroics, and I don't know if I like that in this run, just because.
Do you think Marvel was like, "Hey, Coates, knock out the political stuff, all right? We're selling comic books, all right? We're not trying to change people's lives."
That might be part of it. Also, he might just be trying to like take a breather before he gets back to it. But I mean, like it's not bad. It's just like not very inspired. But it's kind of cool to like kind of flesh it out a little bit. I mean,
hopefully, what's happening is that there's some sort of like agreement. Like, okay, listen, we'll let you tell the stories that you want to tell, but at certain points, you got to check this box of
Yeah, that's probably it.
I mean, it's probably kind of like, because you know how these things are. I feel like very rarely do they ever get full creative reign on the stories they want to tell. I'm happy he's still with Marvel. I mean, when I heard that he was going to be writing Black Panther, I'm like, this is almost too good to be true. And I was afraid. Yeah, and I was afraid they're going to cancel before it happened or like cancel out the first issue. But I'm happy that he's still with it and still writing Black Panther. So that's awesome.
What about you?
Well, speaking of Mr. Is it Coates?
Yep.
I am a horrible ally. I'm sorry. But I am reading a book called We Were 8 Years in Power, an American Tragedy. And it's all of his essays before and during the Obama administration. And it's really good. And I feel like I'm learning a lot. Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to take a break from reading shit from my phone and just sit down and actually have a fucking book in front of me.
I forgot what that was like.
Yeah, because I've been just reading so much online. I'm like, man, I need to fucking take a break from this. And I felt that, reading this particular book of essays during February, which is Black History Month, I thought it seemed appropriate. So not comic related, but it seemed to be a good segue to, what you were discussing.
Yeah, of course.
That being said, what the hell else am I reading? Still chugging along with X-Men, the Claremont run. They're in space and fighting the Brood, and still pregnant with alien babies, and it's weird.
You
but
are
it was
not the father.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Yeah. It's it's the early '80s, so it's it's still fun to read. I'm actually thinking about maybe this week tackling some very early Black Panther in honor of the movie coming out. Because I think that maybe next time we get together, we should totally do a Black Panther episode.
Yeah, I'm down.
And we need to make that a special. Like, we need everybody on that. We need to get Angela and Rob and Will and whoever we can to get on here and
some random people off the street.
Yeah, well, my good friends Juan and Diana from Austin, Texas, are going to be in my neck of the woods coming up, and I know they have expressed some interest in being on the podcast, so maybe they'll be able to join us for that.
Yeah, it'll be a party.
Yeah, I love those episodes. I mean, I know people say too many cooks in the kitchen, but no.
Never.
No.
Not on Wednesday.
No, not on Wednesday. And we need to get Mark Anthony Wade Lynch on. We should. Let's do it up. In fact, I'm gonna put it in the group chat right now. Like we are gonna do. I know. Anyway.
Create a Facebook event.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Let's do a Black Panther. I almost sent that, and that would have been awkward. Do a Black Panther episode, not do a Black Panther. That'd be a horrible way to go.
Black Panther rally.
Yeah. So. Yeah, let's do that next week, or next time on Wednesday. We'll do a Black Panther episode. In the meantime, for all our listeners, you know the drill. Drop us some love on iTunes. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Our episodes are now on YouTube. Please drop us some love at WednesdayComicPodcast@gmail.com. We're always looking for feedback on how to be better, or if there's things that you want us to discuss. All feedback is welcome. So yeah. Shout out, and as always, enjoy your issues.